I mean, a lot of them asked about July 15th.
Well, we're going to get there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So maybe this will be
our little segue.
A little good segue into it. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
This one comes from Supreme Leader Nessa. Says,
okay.
What was going through your head on July 15th? We just want a short summary because, I mean, you're going to, like, the end of the episode is just going to be talking about that.
Okay, short summary. Well, my book expands on this a lot. But one, I was in a manic state. I had gotten off of my mood stabilizer and my antidepressant, and I replaced it with Adderall, and I was taking Adderall multiple times a day.
Oh.
Mixed with the high energy that I was involved in, trying to throw an event in 1 week, the calamity of it was just too much to handle. I expand on this in my book, and I don't want to bring it on here because I have to really explain it without people calling me crazy.
Okay.
I feel like there was a different entity inside me that was controlling me greater than myself. Not a good spirit either. I think something evil was inside me, and I explain why and actual explanations of that in my book. But what I felt, honestly, was that I was going to achieve something greater than I've ever accomplished in my life. Ticketmaster and Live Nation had already called me before the first event and said, we want to give you a $2 million advance for your next one because we were going to tour it around the world had it been successful and the bomb threat wasn't called. So I thought this was the start to the change of the rest of my life. I was excited. I hyped up all my friends. I told them what I was going to buy them when it was a success. And I was ready to accomplish my wildest dreams. But I will admit, it was all driven out of ego because the idea came from me being in Australia with Adam, doing a show for about 400 people, recognizing that in 2012 I did a show in Australia for over 3,000 people, knowing that I could reach a bigger audience and wanting my ego to show the world that I'm Mother effing Fousey Tube. I haven't fallen off. So the intentions were based out of ego, but that's just how I felt.
Dang. All right, one last question. I actually read about this because I was doing a bunch of research on you.
Okay.
I don't know if it's true. So you stood on a car.
100%.
At one point.
Yeah.
It was an Uber?
Yeah.
Did you have to pay him a lot of money for standing on his car?
I had to buy him that car.
What?
Wait,
what?
So here's what happened. I'm on top of the car, right? And I'm in the manic state.
Yeah.
And my friends want to come on the car. So I look at him and I go, yo, I'll repair all this for you. And then he hands me a joint, or I hand him a joint, and we start smoking together. And then on camera, I go, hey, I'm going to give you $50,000, right? So anyways, I mess up the car, the roof and everything. So then I tell him I'll buy it. He was renting the car through an auto trader group who lets people rent it for Ubers and stuff like that. So what they said, scamming obviously, oh, this is totaled. You have to buy the car outright. So I had to pay $80,000 for the car.
80 what?
And because they deemed it as total, they finessed me.
What kind of car was that?
Like one of those huge SUVs.
Oh.
So I had to pay $80,000, and then I had to take it to West Coast Customs, pay them to fix all the scratches, the roof, everything, get it perfectly done, brand new. Gave him the entire ownership of the car. And I'm not saying this in a bad way, but my heart broke when this happened because I was broke at the time. After doing that with like the last pennies that I had, the Uber driver looked at me, took me to the side and said, what about the $50,000 you said you were going to give me? And I was like, bruh, I just bought you this car. I just fixed all the damages. You know I'm at a low point right now. Like, I thought this replaced that $50,000. Yeah. And, yeah.
I mean, the car is his, right? Completely?
Yes.
Did you give him the 50?
No, I didn't have the 50.
Yeah.
Right.
I had hit up a friend. I'm not going to say who it was. And I told him about the situation. And he was like, nah, brother. He's just in a situation where he feels like he can get the most out of you. And a lot of people do this. Don't let it happen. You did enough. Move on. And that's all I could do.
Oh,